The character of Theodore Laurence, more commonly known as Laurie, occupies a significant and multifaceted role in Louisa May Alcott's Little Women. As the charming wealthy boy next door, Laurie serves as a pivotal figure not only in the development of the March sisters, particularly Jo, but also in the thematic and symbolic framework of the novel. His character arc is rich with emotional depth, narrative importance, and cultural implications that transcend the immediate plot of the story. This analysis explores Laurie's role in the narrative, his symbolic significance, and the broader impact of his character within the context of gender norms, social class, and personal growth. Role in the narrative. Laurie is first introduced as the lonely grandson of the affluent Mr. Laurence, living next door to the March family. His entrance into the lives of the March sisters marks the beginning of a complex web of relationships that significantly shape the emotional and narrative core of the novel. His close friendship with Jo March is perhaps the most central and emotionally charged of these connections. Jo's tomboyish nature and Laurie's playful yet sensitive demeanor make them natural companions. Their bond exemplifies a deep emotional intimacy that blurs the line between platonic and romantic affection. However, Alcott subverts expectations by having Jo reject Laurie's romantic proposal. This narrative choice is pivotal. It allows Jo to assert her independence and resist the conventional trajectory of women in 19th century literature, who often end their stories in marriage. Laurie's subsequent heartbreak and eventual marriage to Amy March shift the dynamics within the March family, providing a counterpoint to Jo's defiance of romantic convention. Laurie's narrative arc, from a carefree youth to a more grounded and mature adult, mirrors the overarching theme of maturation that defines Little Women. Symbolic significance. Laurie functions as a symbol of both possibility and limitation. To the March sisters, especially Jo, he represents a world beyond their modest means, one of wealth, freedom, and opportunity. He introduces the sisters to a broader social circle and serves as a bridge between their sheltered domestic world and the broader, more complex society outside. At the same time, Laurie also symbolizes the constraints of societal expectations. His initial aimlessness and emotional dependence on Jo underscore the dangers of privilege unaccompanied by purpose. It is only after facing rejection and embracing responsibility that Laurie begins to grow. His transformation is marked by a move away from fantasy toward a more realistic engagement with life, signifying the novel's broader moral lessons about self-discipline, hard work, and emotional maturity. Laurie's shifting affections also serve as a subtle commentary on romantic idealism. His infatuation with Jo seems rooted in admiration and friendship rather than a deep understanding of her nature. In contrast, his eventual relationship with Amy develops more gradually and pragmatically, suggesting Alcott's preference for relationships based on mutual growth and complementary values over passion and fantasy. Broader implications. Laurie's character invites a deeper exploration of gender roles in Little Women. He embodies both traditionally masculine and feminine traits. He is emotional, expressive, and at times vulnerable, characteristics not typically associated with 19th century male heroes. His close bond with Jo, a character who resists feminine norms, further complicates traditional gender binaries. Moreover, Laurie's class status adds another layer of complexity to his character. As a wealthy young man, he represents both privilege and isolation. While his fortune grants him freedom, it also sets him apart from the March family, who value industriousness and humility. Laurie's initial lack of direction is portrayed as a consequence of his wealth, and his eventual growth comes only when he begins to emulate the values of the March family. In this sense, Laurie's character arc reinforces the novel's critique of idleness and affirms the virtues of perseverance and moral integrity over material wealth. Perhaps one of the most debated aspects of Little Women is Jo's refusal to marry Laurie. Many readers, both historical and contemporary, have expressed disappointment at this narrative choice. Yet, Alcott's decision reflects her resistance to conventional romantic plots. She values their friendship and recognizes that their temperaments are too similar for a successful romantic partnership. Laurie's reaction to Jo's refusal is also telling. Initially, he exhibits emotional immaturity, retreating to Europe in despair. However, his eventual marriage to Amy marks a turning point. This union is sometimes criticized as a compromise or as inconsistent with his earlier feelings for Jo. However, when viewed through the lens of character development, Laurie's relationship with Amy can be seen as a maturation of his emotional sensibilities. Amy, with her ambition and clarity of purpose, offers Laurie a stabilizing influence that Jo, in her passionate independence, could not. Conclusion. In Little Women, Laurie is far more than the boy next door or a mere romantic interest. He is a fully realized character whose journey from youth to maturity encapsulates many of the novel's central themes. Through Laurie, Alcott explores the intersections of gender, class, and personal growth. His relationships with the March sisters, especially Jo and Amy, allow Alcott to challenge societal expectations and highlight the value of authenticity and emotional intelligence. Ultimately, Laurie's character underscores the novel's enduring relevance and its progressive vision of individuality, friendship, and the many forms that love can take.